Hello happy writers, I'm Steve Sommin and welcome to my channel. In my last video I did 10 things that we need to understand as writers, and today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to look at 5 things that make a book great for me. But before we do that, please hit that subscribe button because that will really help me out here. Number 1, immersion. The book should have me so immersed in the world that nothing else matters, and the only thing I'm aware of is in the pages. This means it needs to be well edited and nothing should push me out of the story, making me aware that I am reading. An example of a book that did this for me is Stephen King's It. I remember when I was 17, I was living in Greece and I used to read all the time. And this one time, I'm walking down this country road on my way home, and a country road in Greece is nothing more than a dirt track. Anyway, as I was walking along, I'm reading a description of the Barrens, and I looked up to check where I was in relation to home, and for a moment, I was confused. Was I actually walking home, or was I walking through the Barrens? Because all around me were the things that were being described in the book, and it was like, oh my God, that's what I mean by being immersed in the story, that if you wake up in a similar surrounding, it can be confusing. Number 2, reach me on an emotional level. A story that can affect my emotions, make me laugh, make me roll my eyes, my heart race, cry, is always going to be a book that I consider great. Yes, people, a book can make you cry. I know it's hard to believe, but Goodnight, Mr. Tom, when I was 15 by Michelle Magorian, I'm not sure I'm saying the name right, so please forgive me, would make even the hardest heart cry. They would cry so hard that it would feel like they were stepping into a shower. Number 3, keeps me awake. Come on, you know what I mean. You know the type of book that I'm talking about. That I'll just finish this chapter and then I will sleep type of page turner. There are many good books that I can read until sleep rips me away from the page. Every page of this book takes you down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out the mystery, trying to figure out what is reality, what is in his own head. And the more you read, the more confused you are, and the more you want to know, till you get to the end, and then everything comes together beautifully. And you find that you read all through the night and all through the day, and you are knackered. Number 4, suspend reality. The world of the book should be so complete and follow a logic that is never broken. One that, even though the physics of that world may be far removed from reality, should be completely believable. A story and a world that causes you to suspend reality to a point that when you have finished reading, you look up at the world around you and you are momentarily confused. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration, but a great book that suspends reality should feel like you have just returned from an exotic destination. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World did this for me. Written in time misremembered, he creates a world that would defy belief by today's standards, but one so convinced in its own reality that there was never cause to question it. As I think back now, I'm thinking that Jurassic Park must have been influenced by this particular story. I recommend you give it a try. I think you'd be actually pleasantly surprised. 5, new perspectives. 2001, A Space Odyssey. Need I say more? Reading this opened my eyes and sparked my imagination. I found it hard to believe it was written in 1968. Loving sci-fi as I do, the attention to physics and the technology was astounding and changed the way the world viewed space travel, as well as proved to be quite prophetic about technologies that would only become ubiquitous decades later. For example, the iPad. Okay, admittedly, it wasn't called an iPad. I would also say Dale Carnegies' How to Make Friends and Influence People would fit this bill too. In fact, despite being the butt of many jokes over the years since it was published, it is still a bestseller. In a largely egocentric world, I found this book to be immersive. It reached me on an emotional level, kept me awake, and changed the perspectives of so many people around the world. Okay, these are just the elements of great books for me, and the examples are just that. There are so many great books that I have read over the years that it would be impossible to make a list. But I encourage you to think of books that would exemplify these 5 elements for you. After all, these are the books that are going to influence your writing for life. Now, they are just my opinions, and if you disagree, please let me know in the comments. If you have other suggestions, again, let me know in the comments. And if you like this content and you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe, and you'll find more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.